For PokerGaming.com, this is James Gwill. Event number 16 of the 2010 World Series of Poker was the $1,500 six-handed no-limit Holdem bracelet. 1,663 players turned out on day one to take their shot at this bracelet, and a grand prize of $482,772. Now, by the end of day two, only 16 players remained. Among the players that busted in day two, but at least made the money, were Ted Lawson, Matt Horinko, Al Barbieri, Robert Williamson III, Mark Safe, and Jerry Yang. On day three, 16 players returned to take their shot at the bracelet, and first they had to play down to the final table with just 6 players. It didn't take long before we got to the final table, but we had a dominating chip lead going to the final table. Carter Phillips, who just so happens to be a fellow Cub fan like myself, entered the final table with a nearly 2 million chip lead over the next closest opponent. Now, this is a limit Hold'em game. I would say that this lead was not that big of a deal because 1 or 2 pots could change things. However, in no limit Hold'em, a 2 million chip lead is nearly insurmountable. I know it's no limit, but still, that's a very tough chip lead to overcome. Craig Bergerson, Russell Thomas, Samuel Gerber, David Diaz, and Hugo Perez were the other players at the final table. Now, Carter Phillips, he actually never was really in any danger to be knocked out of this event, and he ultimately made it heads up in this event against Samuel Gerber. And at the start of heads up play, Phillips had a 3-1 chip lead over Gerber, and it didn't take long before all the chips were in for Gerber. He moved in with Queen 8, and unfortunately for him, he ran smack into the ace-king of Carter Phillips. An ace on the flop put a stranglehold on the bracelet for Phillips. The turn brought Gerber a possible straight draw, but the river fell a complete blank to give Carter Phillips the wire-to-wire final table win. Carter Phillips takes home the first six-handed bracelet of this World Series of Poker. He also takes home $482,774 for a dominating final table run. Now, only if the Chicago Cubs could figure out a way to pull off a Carter Phillips, we might actually get our first World Series title. And that would be of baseball, of course, not of poker. Anyway, Carter Phillips is the Event 16 champion. Congratulations. For PokerGaming.com, this is James Gwill. For more, stay tuned to PokerGaming.com as we bring you more coverage and recaps from the 2010 World Series of Poker.